fans, we're here with Derek Roberts. Derek, last week in the main, last week when I talked with you, you kind of, even though you mentioned off camera that you were kind of a bit under the weather, and it's my understanding that you're still kind of a bit under the weather for tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've had a tough year when it comes to illnesses. I've been sick as a dog like 4 times already this year, so I'm just not my normal spunky stuff, but whatever, I'm here. I'll get rolling.
All right. Now, last week in the main, from the drop of the green until the finish, it looked like to me you were in a dogfight from the get-go.
Yeah, we had a really good car early. I mean, Zach checked out on everybody early, and then when he actually got caught up with a lapper and flipped, I let off the gas as Kelsey was right on me, and we ended up having a little contact and smashing the carb a little, and actually cut down the right rear tire. So the car just got tighter and tighter and tighter as that thing lost air, and with a big cushion in 3 and 4, it was really tough. I ended up falling back, finishing 5th, which is disappointing. At the same time, we were just trying to finish, you know. I mean, that's a decent salvage for coming in with like 3 pounds in our right rear. So, man, this year's just been a year of struggles. We need something to go our way for once, which would be nice, but I don't know. I don't give up, and we're out here digging.
Okay. Now, one of the things that is seemingly for me from the stands and watching this year's with the sportsmen is that second, third, fourth, and fifth place spots are constantly together. And if you can get out front and at clean air, you've got a huge advantage. Meanwhile, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are just fighting each other tooth and nail.
Yeah, I think anymore. I mean, everybody's got good stuff anymore. We all got good cars. A lot of guys been in this class a long time, and obviously you feel like a hero out in clean air, but I mean, from second on back, there's 10 guys that can win a race here every night. No problem. Hell, there's probably 15 of us, but yeah, I guess you just keep digging and hope that you get some racing luck go your way and have a good finish.
All right, Derek, we'll watch you through the evening. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks, Lauren.
All right, race fans, we're here with Bailey Jane. Bailey, let's start with the heat race last week. That was your first heat win in a big sprint car. How did that make you feel?
It was amazing. I started on the pole and I was super nervous. I was like, oh gosh, like I have so many good drivers behind me. Derek Roberts was right behind me. And I had Devin Barnes on the outside of me. So I was like, okay, like I have some competition for sure. And I figured that if I could get them all off the start, that hopefully my line and my driving would be able to win the race. And me and Devin definitely fought down the front stretch. He's such a great driver and he knows the track. So I ended up actually getting around him though. And I led the entire heat race after that. So I was super excited. It was my first race, like I said, and I was super excited.
Okay. Now the main was a different story. You started deep in the field and it was just tough sledding the whole race. Yeah,
it was, we've always had troubles with dry slick, even in like quarter midgets when we race dirt and 600s. Our biggest thing is just getting the setup down, and I think as a driver I should have went to the top because that's where at least a little bit of bite was. There was nothing on the bottom, and that was my mistake for keeping down there. But I mean, we learned stuff, and I finished in one piece, so it was a good main for me.
Finishing in one piece is always good. Now, who's doing your setup for you?
Corey Fagerly's doing my setup tonight, and oh man, down in hot laps, that thing was hooked up. I was fastest until the last lap, but it was hooked up, so he's doing a great job.
All right, Bailey, well, we'll follow you through the night as usual, and have a good one.
Thank you.
You bet. We're here with Becky Budro. Hey, Becky, how are you feeling about your season so far, and specifically your run last week?
We've been consistently showing up this season, which is better than last season as we only ran 5 races last year. Last weekend, I had some steering issues. We broke the steering box, had a spring come out of its spot on the chassis somehow, so that was my main problem in the main event, so we wound up not finishing as it was just a 50-point show-up race for us as we're not running the modified tour. But I feel good about it. We'll see if we can go out there and make something happen tonight.
So one thing that I've noticed from the fan standpoint and sitting in the stands is this year you're around cars an awful lot. Previously, you may not have been around cars that much. Do you consider that an improvement for you?
Oh, most definitely. the last couple years have been a lot of learning for me, and this year I seem to have found the gas pedal a little more, and I feel a lot more comfortable this year. We have a strong motor, so it's going good.
All right, Becky. Well, we'll follow you through the night and have a great run.
All right, thank you.
You bet. All right, race fans, we're here with Lawrence Okconor, who's been around modifieds a long time. Lawrence, whenever you put your car on the track, you're a threat to win. One of the things that has happened this season is all of a sudden we've got good car counts out here. And the modifieds, they are aggressive with each other out there. What's your feelings about that?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of fast guys here. You know, the class is fairly new. It's been here for 2 or 3 years or whatever. But, you know, the Smith brothers are plenty fast. That young Adam Holtum is fast. There's, of course, guys that come up from Alma that are fast. So, yeah, and it's a racy racetrack. You know, Skagit is an elbows-up racetrack, and some guys were driving maybe a little overly aggressive, maybe towards the end of last year and whatnot, but I think the flagman is sort of getting a handle on it, telling people to sort of cool it a little bit. But.
Okay, but from your perspective, are you enjoying this competition?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I love racing this racetrack. We were fortunate enough to win the track championship last couple of years, and we weren't going to take a run at it again this year because I didn't want to be committed to coming to every single race, and as it turned out, we had a couple mechanical issues which sort of took us out of a few races anyway, so that solved that problem for me. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's, you know, you never want to say any win is easy, but for a couple of the wins that we had in the last few years, you know, there wasn't a lot of competition, but it's getting much quicker now, particularly with, like I said, the Smith brothers and some of the other fellows down the lane here. They're not making it quite as easy as it was.
All right, Lawrence, well, we look forward to watching you run tonight.
Thank you.
You bet. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Fans, we're here with Kelsey Carpenter. Kelsey, real quick question for you. Last week you finished second, and from watching it from the stands, it looked like it was just a Donnybrook of a fight out there between second back through sixth.
Yeah.
Now, has this class, that competition grown to that kind of level?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I get a lot of crap for winning a lot, but any one of these guys could win any night, and last week was a good example, you know. I mean, we were racing side by side, having a good time, and Trevor ended up winning his first race, and it ain't going to be his last race either, you know. He's good, and I had a blast. I mean, I ended up losing my nose wing halfway through the race, but, you know, it was still fun racing. It was awesome.
Well, one of the things that is really exciting in the stands is we're not seeing a parade anymore with this class. We're seeing slide jobs, we're seeing 3 wide, and it's really gotten exciting.
Yeah, a lot of that you got to give credit to the track. You know, they've done an awesome job getting this track where that's possible, you know. I hope it stays this way.
All right, Kelsey, well, you have a great run tonight.
All right, thank you.
Still active sprint car divisions. You busted it tonight, Kelsey. And you started in a sportsman sprint, what, 15 plus years ago at this point in time, right?
Yeah, about 2001. I ran a couple races the first time ever.
Back when they had small top wings, steel wheels. Did you ever imagine that you'd be knocking on the door of the 11-second bracket in that class?
I never thought I'd see this day. You know, the engines, as far as horsepower, have stayed a lot the same. The track's a lot better, and the cars just handle better. The shocks, the tires. I mean, as far as the engines, they haven't changed a lot.
Well, you're one of the few guys here who can lay claim to having a track championship in 3 sprint car divisions and having race wins in 3 sprint car divisions, including midgets as well. What's it mean to you to have a track record now?
You know, we've broken before, only to have other people break them right after. So, you know, it's awesome. It's really cool.
Hang on to this one for at least a week.
13 corners.
25 laps.
There he is, let him hear it. Lawrence Okconor, feature winner tonight here at Skagit Speedway. Little steam coming out, running a little bit warm there.
Yeah, it's feeling a little breather there. It's brand new motor, sometimes you get a bit of fuel in the oil and it's blow it off. But would blow it off by now.
Let's talk about the race. Kind of a tale of two races. The first part of it was getting up and around Rick Smith. And you changed your mind a couple of times trying to find the combination. What did you end up settling on?
Well, we found that we were quite a bit faster than him through 3 and 4, but just couldn't clear him enough because when he's coming up the bottom, he's going up to the wall. He doesn't know I'm there, of course. So just couldn't quite clear him. And I think we finally got around him down the back straight out of there.
You did. You cleared him coming in 3 and out before you had the lead. That was lap number 16. You had made a couple of restarts, and on those restarts, Kevin Smith really pressuring you in the high group. Did you feel him there?
No, I didn't see him.
Okay, well, there you go. Just drove away and took the win.
I don't know, is he fast?
Good question. Well, you and that 7 car got a couple of tackles, and obviously feels good to be victory lane. Congratulations, Lawrence.
No, Kevin's been having a good run. You know, he's a fast driver. He's been racing here all his life, and you know, I got a lot of respect for him, and we get along fine.
Joker's coming home to Canada tonight, all right?
Yes, sir. We're belonging, brother.
There you go. Lawrence Okconor, your winner tonight for the High Society Modified here at Skagit Speedway. That little extra Canadian love I'm hearing over there in the FMG section, is that what's going on here? Speedway running into the 21J of Ryan Foley. 25 laps, we are underway. He is out of the race car. New on the case, yes, it's Tristan Thomas. Dad and younger brother wheeling out on the quad from the pit area, getting a second get the arms off and the helmet off as well. Tristan, you've been here at Skagit Speedway's Victory Lane before. This one feeling pretty good, huh?
Oh, definitely. We hit the win on my dad's birthday. I think that's the best birthday present I could give him.
Talk about the race car tonight. Really, happy birthday, Jay. Our next way to celebrate it. So talk about first the passing around Sawyer Lynn. Lynn was running a pretty good group there, but you were able to stick this car to the very inside of the racetrack. How did you get on the apron? Tell me about that.
Yeah, the car just took to whatever line I put it on all night, and I think I was just able to get in the corner way deeper than he was, and once we got the lead, those cautions were killing me, but thankfully we made it towards the end.
You would have rather kept going and in that heavy lap traffic that was kind of coming in rather than have those late race restarts?
Oh, definitely. I think I was starting to maneuver around the lap traffic well, and with lap traffic, it can put you in second place some distance.
Well, that's 2 straight weeks of winning for you. Went down to Medford and lapped it tonight, pulled off the victory here at Skagit Speedway. Congratulations to you and the 31 significant sponsors.
I can't thank my sponsors enough. MyTrackFan.net, Factory Cake Shocks, Scott Kirkin Farms, Superior Auto, Purple Moon Promotions, Celestial Auto, Caesar Lily, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Triple X, and everyone that helped us.
Congratulations back in Victory Lane. Burlington's Tristan Thomas on his dad's birthday wins in the Northwest Focus Midget Series. Main event of the evening is coming up. It is the Cook Race. Wait, silly bird, don't you? I hardly believe that. 4 wins and 2 seconds and 6 starts on the year. It's been an absolutely fantastic one. Talk to me about getting the lead. Eyesight was there. It just took a couple laps coming the momentum up it. I almost want to say a little bit of the bravery out there, so the guy was really antsy and turned forward a little bit wide.
Yeah, you know, you gotta be real careful when you got a good run coming off like that, and you got a lot of laps to go. You know, after the first couple laps, I think the car was really good. We made changes from there, and
frustrating that blow through so many restarts. I mean, you got into a rhythm quick, and then it was a couple of laps and stop there for a little while.
Yeah, when it drags on like that, you know, sit in the car that long, you start getting a little antsy and everything else, but you know what? It all worked out good. Here we are.
Right, speaking of sitting in the car for a little while, I think you guys ended up along with pace laps and such like that. Did about 72, 73 laps. Was there any thought going to the back of your mind about fuel?
Yeah, you know, Ryan always takes care of that, so you usually don't worry about it.
There you go. Well, Pilgrim's giving you a great car, great sponsors, a lot of guys helping out. Congratulations to you tonight, and congratulations. 4th win of the year.
Cool, thank you. Thank you very much.
Kelsey Carpenter, your winner tonight in the Cook Rochelle Sportsman Sprint Cars. He's in victory lane, and there's about 172 people down there to take a picture with him. We are I want Junior 17 round A feature to finish the night off here at Skagit Speedway.
cell phone hanging out of his pocket? Oh, it's Tracy. Okay. Looked a little bigger than what I thought. He's got a cell phone in there too. What are you doing? Are you live tweeting from the seat or what?
That's my country music.
You're listening to country music while you're out there driving.
Yeah, that's the only way I do it.
Alright, well, to each their own. I'll give you that much. Congratulations. First win. How's it feel?
It was good, yeah.
Look.
He's going to tell me how to drive the car.
And you drove darn quick. Now, it looked like at times you were kind of wrestling a little bit. Did you have to fight a bit?
Oh, a little bit here and there, but like he says, just finesse it. You just got to take it easy on the car.
The smoothness will come with time. This was all of like a fourth race or something?
Yeah, fourth racer, yeah.
Fourth race in the name of it. Congratulations on that. Say thanks, everybody.
Ready? Says fine.
And you're the winner. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Curtis Cameron, Victor tonight in the Outlaw Tuners here at Skagit Speedway. Well, Clint gets a big hug from Freddie. Well, we kind of maxed him in there for a